supposed to zoom out? Kind of show some different depths here. Hair to draw for me, I don't know, it's weird. Like, sometimes I feel like I have an easy time drawing hair, and then other days it just seems a little harder. But essentially, you want to break it up into shapes, I guess. Damn, my allergies are like so bad today. The cool thing about like painting over is that you can easily do other corrections because you're painting over it. You know what I was supposed to do? I'm supposed to make this illustration really pop. So, to really make him pop, well, actually, you know what? I could do that later. Because we still got a long way to go. Because we still have to render the puppy. And to be honest with you, I am a little overwhelmed with the dog. But it is essentially the same thing as the human. Start off with blocking out the shadows first, and then moving on. Okay. I got up for a second to go take some allergy medicine. It probably won't help me now, but hopefully it'll help me for tomorrow. And I got a cookie on the way back. Very weird combination, I know. I probably shouldn't have done that, but hey. In the picture, the dog just looks like it has. I mean, like it has white fur in the picture or whatever, right? It's not an all white dog. It's like brown as the base coat, like a light brown. Really, really light brown. Maybe beige. And then, like, there's hints of white in there, right? And I'm trying to look for, like, where the light hits on the fur. But it kind of just looks like the different splotches of color of the dog's fur. Hmm. You know what? I think this will be a problem for tomorrow. I'm going to come back at this tomorrow. But today we got a decent way through. We're like almost done. It's just the dog that's kind of like, ooh, you know? Hmm. I'm looking at like my screen recorder here. There's like an extra set of eyes. Hmm. I'll just come back at it tomorrow. A lot of people, you know what? I don't know how artists do their workflow with these illustrations. It might depend on the illustration. Some people do it all in one go, and then other people, it's like over time they get illustration done. I like to get illustrations done over the span of like, I give myself a week just for social media purposes. Um, but over the span of a week, I like to slowly do a piece. And and in this video, you'll like see how I work. And since I don't do this full time, this is the way I have to do it for now. Um, Someday, though, it's my dream to be a full time artist. I would love to do that one day. I don't know how I'll do that, but that's the dream for me. Um, but I'm gonna put this on pause and then I'll be back tomorrow. Okay, so it is now Saturday. Um, I stopped doing this for like 2 days. Um, Yesterday though, when I came to the computer, I did shift some layers around. As you can see, all the lines are very prominent again, right? Um, I started painting on top of it, right? Which is a cool look, but I already know that it's gonna take me forever to try to finish if I did it that way. So what I did was I moved the rendering back under the lines, so we can kind of cut some time down on this illustration. And I don't mind taking my time on illustrations. I don't know. I got inspired to do something else, and I started to start on another illustration, and then I had to remind myself, okay, well, we got to come back to this one. So we're back at this one, and we're just gonna continue rendering away. Yeah. Some lines though, I might just erase entirely, like the nostrils. I'm gonna erase those, and I'm gonna erase this top lip, so I can create a soft lip. Cool. We're gonna lock the layer again. We might color the brows later with like shades of blonde. I'm still thinking about that. I remember why I kind of stopped now, because I have to paint this puppy, and I don't want it to look bad, but also I need to finish this in a timely manner. So I'm gonna start adding like some black here, kind of give it that look, how it looks like in the image. And when you're close to a dog, for some reason this part is like darker, almost like nostril color or something. It's like covered in fur, but it appears lighter. I gotta remember not to zoom in super close. The dog is starting to look like a dog, and I'm really happy. The image that I pulled up for a second, I'm just trying to use it as reference to keep my style consistent. I'm trying to work on consistency in my style, because it's fun trying out a whole bunch of different stuff, don't get me wrong, but I need to have some consistency in my style for once. And I'm working on it. Eventually you'll see, you'll be like, oh my gosh, that actually looks like you drew it. I'm coming in here with a softer brush to kind of start blending out these shades in a brighter color. I still might go on top and do some extra tweaking of the shadows, but for now we're just gonna be doing this. I think I want to go back in with a blue later and just kind of add some more depth by having pinches of blue pop through. Alright. I had to check something. The smudge tool is cool. I don't know. Sometimes I like blending it in with actual brush instead. Just depends on how I'm feeling, honestly. Lately, I've been watching Ramna One Half again, and that show, it's so fun. Like, it's been really funny. Like, watching it growing up, I don't think I've laughed as much watching that show, but like rewatching it now, the jokes are just hitting. I don't know what it is. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I don't remember laughing this hard at this show. Not when I was younger. I was watching that shit in silence. I had a a habit of it for a little bit to like try not to laugh so I could seem like I was cool. Very lame, I know. Ooh, I actually don't even want to do nothing with that line. I like how that turned out. Let me just like, okay. I think what I'll end up doing is doing extra details on top of the line layer. Do most of the rendering here, and then like final tweaks up there. I might like it better. It's not like I've never done that before. I just don't do it too often. Okay. Now time to move on to the doggy. I've been pushing it off. Just kind of blend out these tones. Softer brush. Okay. Okay. Do y'all ever get like this weird procrastination where you're starting to work on a difficult part of your piece and you just kind of take a break on it and don't continue because you feel like you're gonna mess up that part? That's what this dog is for me. But and that's probably why it took like 2 days to then finally come back to it. I wonder if you guys ever experienced that, or is it just me? All right. Okay. The dog is dogging. Ooh, okay. I'm looking at it through the viewport here. And if you have Clip Studio Paint, you should make your navigator like this. I don't know which artists I seen do it, but they have their navigator pretty big. And then if you ever record your art, like how I'm doing now, it's actually nice to kind of look at it again through the second monitor, because likely the tones are going to be slightly different, and then what you thought looked away on here, it'll look slightly different up there. It's cool to look at it several ways. But if you don't have like an extra monitor, what you can do is you just make this viewport navigator here. You just make it bigger, and it's not difficult. Um, you have this layer property thing here, and then you have like the actual layers, and you just drag that part up, and you drag this part down, and you can make it as big as you want to make it, and it kind of helps give you an extra set of eyes, being able to look at it from like a further distance. Um, yeah. Some people say like your whatever picture that you're drawing, you want to be able to tell what it is from a distance easily. So, this navigator tip, I hope it helps you. With how this fur is on this dog, I'm glad that I'm not painting it realistically because it would take me forever. Just doing it stylized. A stylized puppy. Okay. So take away the rendering. Boop. Boop. I don't like what I do over here on this corner here. I gotta zoom in just a little bit. Okay. I'm trying to create a habit of like not zooming in too much. I probably repeated that several times. But it's important because like sometimes I'll be taking too long on these illustrations. But I feel like the thing that takes me longer is comics compared to illustration because that take forever. And for some reason, I still like creating them, despite the amount it makes me want to pull out my hair because the amount of references I gotta find or create. Because a lot of times too, I'll go in like Blender and I'll like create a scene and I'll use that as the reference because I can't find what I'm looking for. a softer brush. In my mind, I was gonna set up like a Pomodoro timer so I can like work on this for a longer period of time during the week, but I don't know, for some reason during the week I forget to set my Pomodoro timer. And I'm just like, let me do this drawing for however long I do it for. I'm gonna add some highlight here because Puppy has a bit of highlight. Puppy has a smile wrinkle. Oh, I zoomed in too much. Hold on. Here we go. Don't want to zoom in too much.